Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMD, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for C Plus Studios. Welcome to the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about Friday night SmackDown, starting off with the Tribal Chief, starting off with the Bloodline, causing chaos, and Roman snapping on Sammy, talking about his loss to Cena and Owens last week, and on the fact that he didn't lose. He wasn't pinned. It was Sami Zayn. And he yells at Sammy. He goes, "Do you want to beat me?" You know, blah, blah, blah. This was the story. This was the thread throughout the night. And Kevin Owens comes out and has issued a challenge to the Tribal Chief. So we will now get Owens versus Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, January 28th. I already put in my request time off. It is official. Now, we have to think, will WWE Triple H pull the trigger on Owens winning and beating Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble? I think, this is my suggestion, this is my prediction, this is my prediction, and a suggestion as well, you know. This is where Sami Zayn turns on the Bloodline. The rat comes to the light. He got into the Bloodline and got accepted, but it was all because Owens planted Sammy into the Bloodline, and that's where it will all unfold. But where do we go from there? If Owens is the one to dethrone Roman, where does Roman go? Maybe he faces Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, or maybe not. It's a tricky situation because Roman has been champ for so long. It's like, where do you go? What's the next story? We built Roman to a certain point on the pedestal where it's kind of hard not to see him as the champ no more. And also, where do you go with him? I think WWE put himself in a tricky situation, or Vince did. And that's the other elephant in the room. Vince McMahon is back with the WWE board. What does that mean? Does that mean he slowly starts to wiggle his way back into creative? You know, kind of push Triple H out? And this cochino has the audacity to come back. No offense to Vince. Vince, your time is over. Go away. You created the WWE, and we thank you. The WWF, WWE, Monday Night Wars, all that great history. And yes, you've done some dumb shit. Now just go away. The time for Vince McMahon is over. And my worries is he's going to try to wiggle himself back into the development and creative storytelling of what's going on now. And I don't want that to happen to Triple H, because I feel like that's what happened with NXT, and then they tried to rebrand NXT to NXT 2.0. Then when Triple H took over creative everything for WWE, he's like, fuck the 2.0, that's out. Get it out of here. It's NXT. You know, and we're getting rid of, you know, we're doing this. This is where we're going. And then he got WWE. Then he started hiring back some folks, bringing back some folks. And will I say his track record is perfect? No. Because everyone has great ideas, bad ideas, and Triple H is doing the best he can. But this is probably the best year for WWE in a very long time. We've had some tremendous moments in 2022. We had a strong Raw, and now we have a strong SmackDown of what we're talking about. And I just want to tell Vince McMahon right now, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, fuck off. Yes. We had Kofi Kingston versus Santos Escobar. Santos got the win over Kofi Kingston. You know, it was one of those things where it was a great match. It was fun. It's like, what do you want to do with the New Day? They just seem like they're just gonna lose all the time, and I want to know why has the New Day kind of resulted and been watered down like that? And also, will Big E come back for the Royal Rumble? Will that re-spark the New Day into another chapter of awesomeness? We can only hope and we can only assume. Santos, yeah, I understand why he won, but, you know, he was brought up to the main roster for a reason, and I know he's a Triple H guy. It was a good match, though. Madcap Moss and Emma versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Meh. Madcap got choked out by Karrion Kross, and then Kross said, hey, Rey Mysterio, me and you. And I believe that's going to be a match at the Royal Rumble. Or there's going to be a moment in the Rumble match itself where Karrion Kross and Rey Mysterio ends up face-to-face during the Rumble match. And we can build it to WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair, my queen. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm so glad you're back. And she addresses the fans and she says, love me or hate me, I'm just glad to be back. 8 months. And she dethroned Ronda Rousey, and the crowd said, thank you, Charlotte. Even Big Daddy said last week when we were watching the show and we were texting each other, he texted me and goes, my God, fuck Ronda Rousey. And I'm not going to lie, I love Ronda. I think Ronda's a tremendous talent. I think Ronda is awesome. I remember when she joined WWE. I remember being a big fan of her before WWE. But her reign this time around has been stale. Very stale. And people were like, well, what about Liv Morgan? They should have kept the title Liv Morgan. No. The women's SmackDown championship, I felt like went in limbo, you know. And it's kind of, I wish they would do what they did for the Universal and WWE, and they combined both the Raw and women's into a Universal Women's Championship and have one person have the gold, you know. And they should, I want to get rid of the 2 belts thing too with Roman. I want one title. You know, one title for women, one title for men, and that's what we're going with. No more brand. I understand that the brand thing is key just because you have contracts, you have TV, you know, USA Network, like, hey, we want this, and Fox, we want this. So it's kind of hard to be like, okay, well, Roman's going to be on Raw, and Fox is going to be like, yo, fuck you. He's ours. He's our tribal chief. We acknowledge that. But Charlotte being back for the blue brand, I feel is a good decision. The fact that she dethroned Ronda, and it was a big shocker, big surprise. It was fucking awesome. Okay? Love her or hate her, she's the queen. Sonya Deville comes out, and we have a title match. Best part, the match was okay, you know, but the best part about this whole thing was when the crowd was like, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Fan-fucking-tastic. And Charlotte plays to it to the 9. She's like, I think they're calling you a trick, you know. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Because I believe they were in Memphis. Oh yeah, I usually say Wade Barrett and Michael Cole were on commentary. But yeah, which is, I think you're a trick, Flair laughed. Royal Rumble qualifying match, Ricochet versus Top Dollar. Ricochet defeated Top Dollar, and I feel bad for Top Dollar ever since this man tried to fly over the top rope and he fucked up. He has been a joke. They even made him a joke during last week. That's what resulted into this match. Top Dollar, it's going to be okay. Just got to get through this. And during all of this building up to the tag team championship match, we have a backstage segment with Sammy and with Roman. And Roman says, "I'm sorry for yelling at you. I apologize because of my anger. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at Kevin Owens." And next, in results of the Tribal Chief's gifts, Paul, the wise man, tells him next week it'll be Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. And that's going to be awesome. I love those two's chemistry has been amazing for a very long time. Even way back in the day, Ring of Honor. I love when I get me some Sammy versus Kevin Owens. So, and then the tag team match started. We had the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus the Usos. And Sheamus and McIntyre were at the bar for Jerry the King Lawler. And they did a promo. I really liked it. It was fun. It was very scripted. But it felt, because they kept slapping each other and hitting each other. I was like, man, you just fuck already. And they're like, it's going to be a banger. And that's what this main event was. It was a banger, folks. The meat and potatoes of SmackDown. This was awesome. Usos retain. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh. But the Usos retain the titles in one of the best tag team title reigns. But where did they go from here? Who dethrones the Usos? I'm looking at all the tag teams in WWE right now. Who dethrones the Usos? I would say the Street Profits, but they've kind of gone cold. I would say Alpha Academy, but they've kind of gone cold. Like, there's no other tag team that's on the Usos level right now. And if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. That's why we talk about this in pro wrestling fashion. We talk about the fact that there's, what's good, what's hot. We talk like we're booking the goddamn show because that's what professional wrestling fans do. It's no different than any other sport. I yell at the TV when I'm watching my Lions like I'm a fucking coach, but I'm not. I watch wrestling and I'm like, man, I would have booked this differently. Well, then go work for WWE. I'm still waiting for the call. Overall, the SmackDown, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I'm interested and I'm ready for Owens versus Reigns. Royal Rumble. But, and I say but because does WWE and Triple H have the balls to finally pull the trigger on Reigns? Because there's rumors and all that spread around about Roman not losing the title, even at Mania, or carrying one of the titles. We shall see. And on other news, I've been wanting to do a podcast about it, but I just have not had the time. Mercedes Money. I'm going to end it here. SmackDown 4 out of 5. Tell me what you think. Drop those comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Mercedes Money. I'm happy for her. I am happy. She's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Showed up at Wrestle Kingdom. And what's funny is a lot of people I see hating, saying like, oh, the crowd did not go wild. If you haven't watched New Japan Pro Wrestling, you really don't understand that crowd in Japan. They're not like American fans here in arenas. Like, they lose their shit, they lose their mind. Holy shit, In Japan, pro wrestling is sacred. Pro wrestling is, it's a sport of the best of the best. So that crowd is very respectful. They're not crazy. They're not wild because they're respecting the art of professional wrestling. I am happy for Mercedes Money, and you can bank on that, which I found funny when she said that because I was like, okay. But I am happy for her. I'm happy that Bayley was there. I'm happy that FTR was there. They took some great pictures. It was just, and with the Vince McMahon in charge, Bayley would probably be written off TV. Because Triple H is trying to build relationships with with Japan. He had Shinsuke go wrestle in Japan, So I hope that we keep building these ties with Japan. And I hope, Mercedes, she already has a match, I believe, in February. And I'm very happy for her. And I'm very glad she's back into the sport of professional wrestling. All right, y'all. That's my thoughts on SmackDown. SmackDown. All right, tell me what you thought in the comments below. Like I said, like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? Do you think you're me? Do you think you're me? Do you think you're me? Do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? Do you want to run the bloodline?